I saw such an immense cup of coffee. Hello. How are you? I'm a little tired. Sit down, please. I'd like to speak English today too, to improve my speaking skill. Let's get it started. I saw such an immense cup of coffee. I saw such an immense cup of coffee. I saw a man sitting next to me ordering such an immense cup of coffee. I was surprised at the size. It was like pot for the treats, you know. It is not like a cup. It looked 5 or 6 times as large as the normal cup. It was 5 or 6 times larger. Do you like immense steak? Do you like immense steak? If you go to Nara Prefecture, I highly recommend you visit Todaiji Temple. And in the Daibutsu-den Hall, you can find such an immense great statue of Buddha. I was surprised at the size of the Buddha statue. You can also enjoy feeding the deer in the Nara Park. You can buy the food called senbei along the road. The man is believed to have immense property in his bank account. It is believed that the man has immense property in his bank account. The man is believed to have immense property in his bank account. The statue was immense. The shopping mall was immense. The shopping mall is immense. I was surprised at the size of the immense cup of coffee. I was surprised at the size of the pancake. It was so immense. I was surprised at the immense size of the pancake. Immense. Immense. The temple was originally erected in 8th century. The building was originally built in the 14th century. The current one was rebuilt in Edo period. What are they erecting? They are erecting pavilion. Makeshift pavilion. They are erecting makeshift. What are they erecting? They are erecting a tent for the sports meeting. I see. For the sports meeting on Sunday? Yes. They are erecting a tent around the ground of the school. They are erecting tents around the school. Some teachers are working on erecting tents around the ground, around the ground. The teachers are erecting some tents around the ground for the sports meeting as a preparation for the sports meeting. When was it erected? When was the temple erected? I'm not sure because it is not shown on the Wikipedia. When was the temple erected? When was the temple erected? The temple was erected in 9th century. The original one 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 was erected in 9th century. Our new house is being erected now. Our new house is being erected. Our new house is being re-erected. The shopping mall is being erected. The shopping mall is being erected now in the vacant land. The pianist was exclusively playing the piano in the noble family. The pianist was invited to the noble parties. The pianist was invited to the party held by the noble families. The pianist was invited to the party held by noble families. The pianist was invited to the party held by noble families. The pianist was invited to the party held by noble families. Are you noble enough not to change what you have decided? Are you noble enough to stick to what you have said? Are you noble enough to obey the rules? Are you noble enough to obey the rules? Are you noble enough to obey the rules? The pianist was invited to the party held by noble families. Are you noble? Are you noble enough not to do wrongdoing? Are you noble enough not to do wrongdoing? Are you noble enough to say no or reject against wrongdoing? Are you noble enough to be able to reject something rude, something bad or illegal? The mayor is said to have been noble before the corruption. The politician was said to have been noble before the corruption. The politician was said to have been noble before the corruption. Until before the corruption. The politician was said to have been noble until just until before the corruption. What is the definition of nobility? What is the definition of the nobility? What is the definition of nobility? What is the definition of nobility? Nobility. What is the definition of nobility? Are you a man with nobility? Are you a man with nobility? Are you a man of nobility? Are you a person of nobility? Are you a person of nobility? Nobility, nobility, nobility. Are you a person with nobility? 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 The human resources is looking for candidates with nobility. The personnel department is searching for candidates with nobility and persistence. Persistence. With nobility and persistence. And consistency. Is he noble? Is she noble? Noble, 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 noble. Is she noble? Is she noble? Is he 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 noble? Are you noble enough to reject wrongdoing? Are you noble enough to reject wrongdoing? Noble, noble, noble. Are you noble? What is the definition of nobility? What kind of person is called nobility? What kind of person is called nobility? Am I noble? Do I belong to nobility? What is the definition of nobility? What is the definition of nobility? Noble, 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 noble. Noble, 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 noble. Are you noble? Are you noble? The student used to be noble, but not now. He was believed to have been noble before the corruption, not the examination. He used to be noble just until before the cheating on the examination. He used to be noble. He used to be noble before the cheating on the examination. He was reputed well as a noble person before the corruption. He had been regarded as a noble person just before the corruption. He had been regarded as a noble person until he was arrested for the illegal transactions. He had been regarded as a noble person until he was arrested for the corruption. I bent over on my knees to talk with the kid. I got down on my knees to wipe the wall, the lower part of the wall. I got down on my knees to search for what I dropped. I bent over to pick up what I dropped. I got down on my knees to wipe the floor. I got down on my knees to wipe the floor. I got down on my knees to wipe the floor. I got down on my knees to wipe the floor. I got down on my knees to pick up what I dropped. I got down on my knees to pick up what I dropped. The CEO of the company apologized to the public on his forehead on the ground. The CEO of the company apologized to the public on his forehead on the ground. On his forehead on the ground. The CEO of the company apologized to the public by putting his forehead on the ground. The mother got down on her knees to scold her daughter. The mother got down on her knees and held his hands to talk each other, to scold her. The mother got down on her knees and held her hands to scold her. The mother got down on her knees and held her hands to scold her, in order to scold her, so as to scold her. The mother got down on her knees and held her daughter's hands to scold her. I got down on my knees to pick up what I dropped. I got down on my knees to pick up what I dropped. The car turned over and ended up stopping on its side. Why are you on your knees? The car turned over and stopped on its side. The car turned over and stopped on its side. The car turned over and stopped on its side. The car turned over and turned on its side. The car turned over and stopped on the roof. The spectators in the front were watching the performance on their knees. The spectators in the front were watching the performance on their knees. The spectators in the front were enjoying watching the performance on their knees. He got down on his knees so that the spectators behind him can enjoy watching the performance. The spectators in the front were ordered to get down on their knees so that the people, the audiences, the spectators sitting behind can watch the performance show, can enjoy watching the show. Hawaii show, at the Hawaii show. Do you prefer to sleep on your side? Do you prefer to stay on your side, back, or stomach? Which do you prefer? Do you prefer to sleep on your stomach, side, or back? I usually prefer to sleep on my stomach or side. I change my position. The citizens prayed for the deceased during the war. The citizens sent condolences to the deceased during the war. The citizens sent condolences to the deceased during the war. Many graves are under construction. Many graves are being erected in this land for the deceased. Many graves are being erected in this land for the deceased. Many deceased people were buried in these graves. When I went to Mount Koya, I saw many graves. I found many historically important people's graves. I saw many graves of historically famous people, historically famous figures. I saw many graves of historically famous figures in the history. When I went to the cemetery of Mount Koya, I saw many graves of historically famous figures, like the figures I learned in the history book. And the figures I learned in the history book. So I was amazed. There were many graves of historically famous figures. The rich donated 1 billion yen to the disaster-stricken area. The company donated 1 billion yen to the disaster-stricken area. A 1,000 cranes was devoted to the deceased during the war. A bunch of 1,000 cranes made by origami or square colored paper was devoted to the deceased during the war. A bunch of 1,000 cranes made of origami or colored square papers was devoted to the deceased during the war. I saw the demonstration conducted by the Proportion Group. I saw such a long queue of the demonstration against a ban on abortion. I saw a long queue of demonstrators against a ban on abortion on TV. I saw a long queue of demonstration against the ban of abortion. I watched a pro-choice group walking along the street against a ban on abortion on TV. I watched on TV that a group of pro-choice the pro-choice group was holding a demonstration against the ban on abortion. I watched a pro-choice group having a demonstration by walking down the street against the ban on abortion. I watched on TV that a group of pro-choice group was having a demonstration against the ban on abortion. I watched on TV that a pro-choice group was holding a demonstration on the street against a ban on abortion. I watched on TV that the pro-choice group was holding demonstration on the street against a ban on abortion. Are you pro-choice or not? Are you pro-choice or not? I watched on TV that the pro-choice group was walking down the street as a demonstration against a ban on abortion. I watched on TV that such a long queue of demonstrators of a protest group was holding demonstration against a ban on abortion. I watched such a long queue of demonstrators of a protest group against a ban on abortion. Are you pro-choice or not? Are you pro-choice or not? Are you pro-choice or not? I watched a pro-choice group walking down the street as a demonstration against a ban on abortion. I watched on TV that the group of a pro-choice group was walking down the street against a ban on abortion. The association is going to meet a senator today. The association is going to meet the senator today to ask for financial aid in the tourism industry. The association is going to meet the senator to ask for the financial aid for the tourism industry. Senator, do you want to be a senator? Or a congressman? What is the definition? What is the difference between senator and representative? Do you want to be a senator? Do you want to be a senator? Senator, 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 senator. Do you want to be a senator? Do you want to be a senator? Do you want to be a senator? Senator. One of my friends became a senator. One of my friends became a senator. 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 What is the difference between senator and representative? Senator. 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 To become a senator was my dream. Becoming a senator was my dream. To become a senator was my dream. To become a senator was my dream. Becoming a senator was my dream. What is the difference between senator and representative? Senator and representative. Senator. Have you met the senator in person? 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 Have you met the person, the senator in person? The company revealed that it had been giving bribes to the senator. It came to light that the company had been giving bribes to the senator. It came to light that the company had been giving bribes to the senator. Can you remain neutral in every situation? Can you remain neutral in every situation? Can you remain neutral? Can you remain neutral? Can you stay neutral? Can you stay neutral in every situation? In every respect. In every way. Can you remain neutral in every situation? I'd like to be neutral in every situation. The CEO of the company always remains neutral in every situation. He tends to be neutral in every situation. He tends to be neutral in every situation. He tends to be neutral in every situation. He keeps neutral in every situation. He tries to keep neutral in every situation. He tries to be neutral. He tries to be neutral in every situation. He attempts to neutral in every situation. He attempted to be neutral in every situation. He attempted to be neutral in every situation. He attempted to be neutral in every situation. Neutral. 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 Please don't forget to set it neutral when you stop the car. Please don't forget to set your car neutral when you stop the car. I'm sorry, I couldn't get what you were getting at. I'm sorry, I couldn't catch what you were getting at. No one could tell what he's talking about, what he wanna do. No one knows 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 what the Prime Minister is thinking about. No one knows that the head of the company is thinking about. No one knows what the head of the company is going to do next. I couldn't understand what the professor was explaining. I couldn't understand what the professor was explaining. I couldn't make heads or tails of the explanation, manuals, directions, instructions. I couldn't make heads or tails of what the professor was explaining. I couldn't make heads or tails of what the professor was explaining on the whiteboard. This is what is painted by the artist. This is what is created by the artist. This is what is created by the artist. This is what was created by the artist. Can I know what made you what you are now? Can I know what made you what you are now? The adversity made me what I am now. What I am now. The adversity made me what I am now. The adversity and a series of failures made me what I am now. I'm not what I used to be. What I used to be. I'm not like what I used to be. I'm not like what I was in the past. I'm not like what I was in the past. I'm not like what I was in the past. I'm not like what I used to be. I'd like to know what makes you happy. I'd like to know what makes her happy. I'd like to buy something for her. I'd like to know what makes her happy. I'd like to know what kinds of things that she likes. I'd like to know what food she likes. I'd like to know what food she likes. I'd like to know what makes her happy. What makes her happy. What makes her happy. What makes her happy. I'd like to know what makes her happy. I'd like to know what food she likes. I'd like to know what food she likes. I'd like to know what present she wants to get. I'd like to know what present she likes to get for her birthday. I'd like to know what color she likes. I'd like to know what color she likes. Sorry, I don't get what you were getting at. Sorry, I couldn't catch what you were getting at. Sorry, I couldn't understand what you were getting at. Could you repeat that, please? Could you repeat it again? Could you repeat it again, please? Could you repeat that again, please? Could you repeat it again, please? Okay. What makes me happy? What makes me happy is to listen to music. What makes me satisfied is to study. Studying is what makes me satisfied. Studying is what makes me satisfied. Studying is what makes me satisfied. Studying what makes me satisfied. Studying is what makes me satisfied. What makes me satisfied is studying. What makes me satisfied is to study. Studying is what makes me satisfied. I cannot decide which university I should enter. I cannot decide which company I should enter. I cannot decide which clothes I should buy. I cannot decide which is the best choice for me. I cannot decide which is the best choice for me. I cannot decide which is the best choice for me. I don't know which makes her better, which makes her pleased, which present makes her pleased. I don't know which present makes her pleased. I don't know which present makes her pleased, makes her happy, makes her happy, makes her happy, makes her pleased. I don't know which present makes her pleased, makes her pleased. I don't know which color she likes. I don't know which direction I should take. I'm not familiar with the geography. I don't know which direction I should take. I'm not familiar with the geography. Do you know when he will come back to the office? Do you know when the new edition of the encyclopedia will come out, will be released? I don't know when he will come back to the office. I don't know when I can get the qualification. I don't know when I can earn money from YouTube videos. I hope sooner. I hope I can get it sooner. The sooner I can get money, the better it is. Do you know how to operate this machine? I don't know how I can operate this machine. I didn't know how to become a politician at that time. Do you know the mechanism of how the machine is working? Do you know the mechanism of the society? Do you know the mechanism of how the machine is running? Do you know the mechanism of how the train is running? Do you know the mechanism of the train? Do you know the mechanism of how the train is running? We discussed how we should solve the problem. 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 We are talking about when we should leave our house so that we can arrive at the destination in time. We are talking about where we should stay around the destination. We are talking about where we should stay. I am particular about where I stay. I am particular about where I stay. I'm 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 particular about where I stay. Where I stay is very important for me because I cannot stand the snoring of others. I cannot sleep with others. So it is very important to discuss where I should stay. Do you know when the new edition of the encyclopedia will come out? Do you know when the new encyclopedia will come out? Do you know when the next bus comes? Do you know when the next bus will come? Do you know when the next bus comes? Do you know how often the bus is running? Do you know how frequently the bus is running? Do you know how frequently the buses are running? Do you know how frequently the trains are going? and coming. Do you know how frequently the trains coming? Do you know how frequently the trains are running? Do you know how frequently the trains are running? Do you know how frequently the trains are running? It's running every 4 minutes. It's running every 4 minutes. The security man has been standing in front of the shop all day long. I saw him when I was on my way to workplace at 7:30 a.m. and now it's 7 o'clock p.m. He is still there. He has been standing in front of the shop all day long. I used to study all day long before the examination. I usually study all day long before the examination. It's normal for me. It's not normal for some people, but it is normal for me. The countries under the equator are warm all year long. The countries under the equator. The countries located under the equator are warm or hot all year long. North Pole and South Pole are super cold all year long. The student was sleeping during the class all day long. The student was sleeping all the class long. Can you study all day long? I can study all day long, but some people cannot. It is normal to study all day long for me. It is normal for me to study all day long. The shop is open all day long, around the clock. The shop is open around the clock, round the clock. The security man has been standing in front of the shop all day long. The security man has been standing in front of the shop all day long. He has been playing the video game all day long. He has been playing the video game all day long. It has been raining all week long. It has been raining all week long. It has been raining all week long. 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 It has been raining all week long. It has been raining all week long. It has been raining all week long. I'm sick all 3 days long. I was sick all 3 days long. It has been raining all week all week long. All week long. It has been raining all week long. All week long. The view from the summit of Mount Fuji was so beautiful. I want you to see it. I cannot describe. It's beyond description. It's beyond description. It's the beauty from the beauty of the view. The view from the summit from the Mount Fuji is beyond the description. The view from the summit of Mount Fuji is beyond the description. I cannot describe by words. It's beyond the description. It's beyond the description. It's beyond the description. It's beyond the description. The summit talks. The summit talks is be held in the country today. The summit talks is going to be held today. The summit talks is going to be held. The environment issues will be discussed at the summit talks. The environmental problems will be discussed at the summit talks. The environmental problems will be dealt with and discussed, and some measures might be enacted. Some measures might be taken in the discussion, the summit talks. Some measures might be taken. Some measures might be taken after the summit talks. Summit talks. Summit talks. Summit talks. The view from the summit of Mount Fuji was so beautiful. It's beyond the description. The view from the summit of Mount Fuji was very beautiful. The view from the summit of the Mount Fuji was so beautiful. The view from the summit of Mount Fuji was so beautiful. The view from the summit of Mount Fuji was so beautiful. I want you to see it. It's beyond description. It's beyond description. It's beyond description. It's beyond description. The environmental problems will be discussed at the summit talks. At the summit talks. The summit will be held in the country next year. The summit is going to be held in the country next year. The summit will be held. The summit will be held at the country. The summit will be held. The summit will be held. The summit will be held at the facility, at the building. The summit will be held at the company. No, at the building. The summit was held in Kashikojima in Mie Prefecture in 2016. The summit was held in Kashikojima, Mie Prefecture in Japan in 2016. The financial problem will be discussed at the summit. The financial problem will be discussed at the summit. Summit talks. Diplomatic relationship between the country A and B. It's not going well now. The diplomatic relationship between the country A and B is going well right now. I hope it lasts forever. The diplomatic relationship between the countries is going well now. Diplomatic negotiation is underway. Diplomatic negotiation is underway. There are many diplomatic problems out there. There are many diplomatic problems out there in the world, across the world, all over the world. Diplomatic problems should be dealt with, solved. I hope all of the diplomatic problems will be solved in a good way. There are many diplomatic problems in the world. 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 Diplomatic dialogue was set yesterday. Diplomatic dialogue was set yesterday. Diplomatic dialogue was conducted between the foreign ministers between the countries. Diplomatic dialogue was conducted between the foreign ministers between the country. Diplomatic dialogue was done between the foreign ministers between the countries. Diplomatic dialogue was done between the foreign ministers between the countries. Dialogue is very important to improve speaking skills, communication skills. Dialogue in person, face-to-face, is very important to improve our communication skill. Dialogue with people, face-to-face, in person, is very important to improve our communication skill, speaking skill. Dialogue with people, face-to-face, is very important to improve both speaking and communication skills. Can you put an end to the task by Friday? I managed to put an end to the task by Friday, so I can enjoy my weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Yay, yay, woohoo! Woohoo! Can you put an end to the task by Friday? Can you put an end to the task by Friday? Can you put an end to the task by Friday? Can you put an end to the task by Friday? Can you put an end to the task? Can you put an end to the task by Friday? The tasks were put an end to by me. The tasks were put an end to by me. The tasks were put an end to by me. Can you put an end to the task by Friday? Put an end. Can you put an end to the task by Friday? Put an end to the task by Friday. Put an end to the task by Friday. Put an end to. 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 Can you put an end to put an end to the task by Friday? Can you put an end to the problems by Friday? Can you put an end? Can you put an end to the tasks by Friday? Can you, as long as you can put an end to the homework by noon, I will let you go outside. I will let you go outside. As long as you can put an end to the homework by 2 o'clock p.m., I will let you go. When can you put an end to the problems? When can you put an end to the task? Everyone else has already finished it, and only you are still working on it. When can you put an end to it? When can you put an end to it? When can you put an end to it? I don't know. Bring it to an end. Bring the task to an end. Bring the task to an end. Can you bring the task to an end by Friday? I hope I can put an end to the tasks by Friday, so that I can enjoy my weekends. So that I can enjoy my weekends, Saturday and Sunday, so that I can enjoy my weekends, so that I can. I managed to put an end to the homework. I managed to put an end to a pile of tasks. I managed to put an end to a pile of work. I managed to put an end to a pile of tasks. The meeting succeeded in developing a goodwill relationship with the country. The meeting between the companies succeeded in developing a goodwill relationship with each other. The meeting succeeded in developing a goodwill relationship between each other. Good. The meeting succeeded in developing a goodwill relationship with each other. Goodwill. The company A would like to develop a goodwill relationship with the company B. The meeting succeeded in developing a goodwill relationship with the company B. The meeting succeeded in developing a goodwill relationship with each other. Goodwill. 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 Goodwill relationship was created by the banquet. Goodwill relationship was created by the banquet. By the event. Goodwill relationship between the two enemies was created thanks to the event. Goodwill relationship was created between the two enemies thanks to the event. Goodwill. The campaign aims at fostering good health. The travel campaign aims at fostering traveling in the domestic country, in the country. The campaign aims at fostering the usage of virtual coins. The campaign aims at fostering using money in the country. The campaign aims at fostering the usage of credit card. The campaign is fostering the usage of virtual coin. The campaign aims at fostering the citizens to take a day off on weekdays. The campaign aims at fostering the citizens to go on a travel on weekdays, to relieve the congestion on weekdays, on weekends, to alleviate the congestion on weekends. What is the campaign fostering? What is the campaign fostering? Fostering. What is the campaign fostering? What is he fostering? What is the event fostering for? What is the event fostering? 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 The YouTube video was created to foster the tourism industry. The video was created to foster the sightseeing. The video was created to foster the sales. The videos were created to foster the tourism. The demonstration videos were created to foster the sales of the products. The demonstration video was created to foster the sales of the product. The demonstration of the products were created to foster the sales. The demonstration of the products. The video of the demonstration of the products were created to foster the purchase of the products. The commercial of the TV fosters the healthier lifestyle. The TV commercial fosters healthier lifestyle. Healthier lifestyle. Healthier lifestyle. The TV commercial fosters healthier lifestyle. The TV commercial fosters healthier lifestyle. The TV commercial fosters eating healthier food. Healthy food. The TV commercial fosters eating 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 healthy food. Foster. What is it fostering? What is it fostering? What is the event fostering? What did it foster? What did it foster? What did the event foster? What is the campaign fostering? 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 The videos were created to foster the sightseeing in the region. The promotion videos were created to foster the sightseeing in the district. The promotion videos were created to attract more customers and foster the sightseeing in the area. The promotion videos were created to attract more customers and to foster that sightseeing in the place. The TV commercial was created to foster more sales of the products. The TV commercial of the products were created to attract more customers and to foster more sales. The promotion videos of the products were created to foster more sales of the products. Foster. The campaign fostered the healthy food. The campaign fostered healthy food. The campaign fosters healthy food. The campaign fosters healthy food. The campaign fostered healthy food. The possibility of the tsunami or earthquake is building up. The possibility of the earthquake is building up. We have to be prepared for that beforehand. We cannot predict when it will happen exactly, but we can predict to some extent. For example, the big earthquake hit from middle to the southern part of Japan every 100 years. So we can guess a little to some extent, to some degrees, to a certain extent. So we should be prepared for that by building up a tower or making the space for the escape and so on. Or we should know the direction to the higher higher grounds when it is emergency, so that we can escape immediately. We know the procedures very well beforehand. The possibility of the earthquake is building up. The possibility of the earthquake is building up. The number of tourists is building up gradually. The number of tourists is building up. The number of tourists is building up gradually. With the restriction lifted. The more restriction lifted, the more tourists will come back. The more the restrictions will be lifted, the more tourists will come back. The more the restrictions will be lifted, the more tourists will come back to the come to the sightseeing spots. Since the restrictions are being lifted, more and more tourists are building up. More and more tourists are building up. The number of tourists are building up. The number of tourists is 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 building up finally. Since the restrictions are being lifted, the number of tourists is coming back. The number of tourists is building up. And since the restrictions are being lifted, restrictions are being lifted, the number of tourists is building up. Since the restrictions are being lifted, the number of tourists are coming back, building up. The number of tourists is 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 building up. Since more restrictions are being lifted, the number of tourists is building up. The possibility of the tsunami built up. Given the remarks from him, the possibility built up. Considering the remarks from him, the possibility of the breakup built up. Given the remarks from him, the possibility of his resignation built up. I am nothing but a human. I am nothing but a human. I am nothing but a small one in the huge universe. I am nothing but a human in such a huge universe. I am nothing but a human or a small one. in such a huge universe? What you said is nothing but a lie. What you said is nothing but a lie. This is nothing but a fake, copied one. This brand goods is nothing but the copied one. This brand goods is nothing but the copied one. This goods is nothing but the copied one. I am nothing but a human, or a small one, in such a huge universe. Text is nothing but a paper. Money is nothing but a paper, or virtual thing created by human. Money is nothing but a thing created by human. Money is nothing but a thing created by human. Money itself doesn't have a value, but the mechanism has a value. The society running by the money system. I am nothing but a human. I am nothing but a human. You are anything but foolish. You are anything but foolish. This watch is nothing but a fake. 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 The scheme plan is nothing but a fraud. The scheme is nothing but a fraud. The information is nothing but a lie. The information is nothing but false. The information is nothing but false. The information is nothing but false. I don't want the struggle of hard training anymore. I don't want the struggle of going home in the torrential rain. I don't want a struggle of going home in the torrential rain anymore. I don't wanna get the struggle. I don't wanna get the struggle anymore. 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 I don't wanna get the struggle of going home in the torrential rain anymore. I don't want to get the struggle of going home in the rain. I don't want the struggle. I don't want the struggle. I don't like the struggle of the hard training anymore. I was about to die. I was almost dead after the hard training. I was almost dead after the hard training, so I don't want the struggle of hard training anymore. I have endured the oppression from the school rules. I have endured the oppression from the students, from the coworkers, from the friends, from the classmates. I have endured the oppression from the students. I endured the oppression from the classmates. I endured the hotness of the summer. I endured the hardness from the summer. I endured the oppression from the classmates. I endured the oppression from the classmates. I endured the oppression from the classmates. I endured from the oppression. I endure the oppression from the classmates. Oppression. 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 I endure the oppression from the classmates. I endure the oppression from the coworkers, colleagues. I endure the oppression from the coworkers. Some people endure oppression every day. I endure the pressure, oppression, and so on. I hope all of the oppressions will disappear. I want oppressions to disappear. I want the oppression to disappear. I'd like the oppression to disappear. I'd like the oppression to disappear. Some old systems should be abolished, while others are not. To keep up with the current society in the world, we should abolish all the systems. We should abolish all the systems. We should do away with all the systems to some extent, to a certain extent, to some degrees. Do you think the policy should be done away with? The product will be done away with because it is not selling well. The product A will be done away with because it is not selling well. The product A will be done away with. 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 The old rules were done away with. The old rules in the company were done away with. The old rules in the company were done away with. The old rules in the company were done away with. Some old rules in the company were done away with. Some old rules in the company were done away with. To keep up with the current situation, current society in the world, we should do away with old systems. We should replace the old system with new ones. We should replace old systems with new ones to keep up with the society in the world. We should do away with some old systems and replace it with new ones. Replace them with new ones. We should replace some old systems with new ones. For example, doing away with the currency and use virtual coins and so on. The old systems were done away with. The old systems were done away with. The old systems were done away with. The immigrant wants to get the citizenship. The immigrants want to get the citizenship and live in the country forever. Can you endure the same pain as I suffered? I'm sure you cannot endure the same pain as I suffered. The immigrants wanted to get the citizenship. The country A accepted some immigrants. The country A accepted some immigrants from the country B. I feel nervous when I go through immigration somehow, although I haven't done anything wrong. Whenever I go through immigration, I feel nervous. Whenever I go through immigration, I feel so nervous. Everyone is going through smoothly, but in case of me, I feel like I might be stopped. In case of me, I feel like I might be stopped. Everyone else is going through the immigration smoothly, but in case of me, in my turn, I feel like I might be stopped. In my turn, I feel like I might be stopped for something, although I haven't done anything wrong. Do you feel the same? Do you feel the same? I have endured many hardships. I have endured many bad experiences. I have endured many bad experiences. I have endured many bad experiences. I have endured the pain of the injection. I have endured many hardships. I have endured many hardships, more than any other people. I have endured many hardships, more than any other person. Can you endure the same bad experiences that I had experienced, that I had experienced, that I had experienced, that I had. Can you endure the same bad experiences that I had? Can you endure the same pain that I had suffered? Can you endure the same pain as I suffered, as I got, as I had? I'm sure you cannot endure the same pain as I got. I'm sure you cannot endure the pain as I got. I'm sure you will escape from the pain. I'm sure you cannot endure the hard training as I had when I was junior high school student. It was more than torture, I think. Did you take everything into account? Did you take everything into consideration? Did you take everything into consideration? Did you take the plan A into consideration? Did you take me into consideration? Did you take plan B into consideration? Did you take the budget into consideration? Did you take the budget into consideration? Did you take the time into consideration? Did you take me into consideration? Did you take me into the account? Did you take the weather into consideration? Did you take weather into account? Did you take weather into account? Did you take weather into account? I'm sorry, I didn't take weather into account. I didn't take weather into account. I didn't take weather into account. I didn't take typhoon into account. I didn't take typhoon into account. I'm sorry, I didn't take the weather into account. I didn't take plan A into account. I didn't take the route into account. I didn't take the plan A into account. I'm sorry, I didn't take the weather into account. I'm sorry, I didn't take the time losses into account. I didn't take the budget into account. Take everything into account. Put things in perspective. Put things in perspective. Try to put things in perspective. Many people long for becoming rich. Many people long for becoming rich. I also long for becoming rich. I also long for becoming rich. I long for earning enough money from YouTube videos. I long for monetizing YouTube videos, my YouTube channel. I long for monetizing my YouTube channel. I really hope so. From deep depths of my heart. From the bottom 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 of my heart. I long for becoming rich. I long for becoming rich. I long for earning money from YouTube videos. I really hope so. The sooner it is, the better it is. I want to make a living by YouTube videos. I long for make a living. I long for making a living by YouTube videos. I long for making a living by the earnings from the YouTube videos. I long for making a living by the earnings from the YouTube videos. What are you longing for? What are you longing for? I'm longing for becoming rich. I'm longing for getting a qualification. I'm longing for getting a qualification. I'm longing for becoming rich. I long for becoming rich. I long for becoming a doctor. I long for becoming a doctor. I long for becoming rich. I long for becoming happy. I long for becoming happy. I long for earning money from YouTube videos. It's my dream. I long for becoming a rich person. I long for becoming a singer. 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 I long for earning money from YouTube videos. Do you know who I will vote for? Do you know whom I will vote for? Do you know who I will go to the trip with? Do you know whom I will go to the trip with? Please guess. Please guess whom I will marry. Please guess whom I will marry with. Please guess. Please predict whom. Please predict whom I will marry. Please predict whom I will vote for. Please guess who completed the job. Please guess who completed the job. Completed the job. Please predict who completed the job. Completed the job. Completed the job. Please guess who completed the job. Completed the job. Completed the job. Completed the job. Can you guess who stole the money? Can you guess who was behind the scene? Can you guess who is pulling the strings? Pulling strings behind the scenes. Can you predict who is pulling strings behind the scenes? Can you predict who is pulling strings behind the scenes? Can you predict who is pulling strings behind the scenes? I cannot predict who is pulling strings from the behind the scenes. I cannot predict who is pulling strings behind the scenes. What has become of him? What will become of him? What will become of her? What will become of her? Do you know what will become of her? Do you know? Can you predict what will become of her? Do you know what has become of her? I think he is working as a doctor now. Can you tell who is my twin brother? Can you guess which is me in the picture? Can you tell which is me in the picture? Can you tell who is my twin brother in the picture? Can you tell who is my twin brother in the picture? Can you tell who is me in the picture? Can you tell who is me in the picture? Can you tell who is me in the picture? Can you guess? Can you tell who I am waving hands at? Can you guess to whom I am waving hands at? Can you guess at whom I am waving hands? Can you tell at whom I am waving my hands? Can you predict whom I am waving my hands at? Do you know? Can you predict who will be? Can you predict who will be the next president of the company? Can you predict who will be the next president of the company? Can you predict who will be the next president of the company? Can you guess who will be the next president of the company? Can you predict for whom I will vote? Can you guess for whom I will vote? Can you guess whom I will vote for in the next election? Do you know with whom I will go to the party? Do you know with whom I was talking yesterday? Do you know whom I was talking with in the chair, on the bench? Do you know the girl who I was talking with? Do you know whom I was talking with? Do you know who I am talking with? I was talking with. Do you remember the name of the girl with whom I was talking yesterday? I forgot the name. I forgot her name. Do you remember the name of the girl with whom I was talking yesterday? Can you guess who I will vote for? Can you guess who I will vote for? Can you guess who stole the money? When do you think it will be clear? It will clear up. When do you think it will clear up? 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 When do you think he will finally turn up? When do you think he finally show up? When do you think I can pass examination? When do you think the next bus comes? When do you think the next version of the encyclopedia will come out? When do you think the next edition of the encyclopedia will be released? Who do you believe best suitable for? Who do you believe is best suitable for the job? Who do you believe will be the next president of the country? Who do you think will be the next president of the company? Who do you believe will be the next president of the company? Who do you believe is the best for the position? Who do you think is the best for the position? Who do you think is the best for the position? Who do you think I will vote for? Who do you think I will vote for? Who do you think I will marry? Who do you expect I will marry? Who do you expect I will marry? Who do you expect I will marry? Who do you think stole the money from the bank? Who do you think stole the money from the bank? Who do you think stole the money from the bank? Who do you think I went to the trip with? Who do you think I went to the trip with? Who do you think I was talking 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 with yesterday? Who do you think I was talking with at the bench yesterday? Who do you think I was going with before we broke up? Who do you think I was going with? Who do you think I was dating with before we broke up? Who do you think we had been together before we broke up? Who do you think I had been going with before we broke up? Who do you think is the best for the position? Who do you think is best suitable for the position? Who do you think should become the president of the company? Who do you think should become the best position of the company? Who do you think should be the president of the company? When do you think it is best time to go to the party, to go to the swimming? When do you think it is the best time to go to swimming? Go swimming. When do you think it is the best time for us to go to see the autumn leaves? When do you think it is the best time for us to go to see autumn leaves? When do you think it is the best time? When do you think it is the best time for us to go to see the autumn leaves? When do you think it is the best time to see autumn leaves? When do you think it is the best time for us to see the autumn leaves? When do you think his motivation will lose? When do you think his motivation will lose? When do you think he stops studying? When do you think she stops studying? She will stop studying. When do you think she will stop studying? Where do you guess I will stay? Where do you guess I will stay? Where do you think I am living now? Where do you guess, predict I am living now? Where do you think I am living now? Where do you think I am 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 now? I am in Hawaii now. Really? You didn't tell me. Why? Where do you think I am now? Where do you think I am now? I am in Hawaii. Okay. How do you think I could solve the problem? How do you think I could solve the problem? How do you think I could solve the problem? How do you think I could solve the problem? How do you think I could solve the problem? How do you think I could solve the problem? How do you predict I could solve the problem? How do you think I could solve a problem? How do you think I could solve the problem? How do you think I could eat all of them in time? How do you think I could solve the problem? How do you think I could buy such an expensive house in 3 years? Who do you expect will be the next president of the company? Who do you expect will be the next president of the company? Who do you expect I will appoint as a general manager next? Who do you expect I will appoint as a general manager of the department? Who do you expect I will appoint? Who do you expect I will appoint as the next general manager of the department? Okay, I will finish speaking here. Thank you for watching. See you next time. See you.